Hey guys, are you planning a trip to Thailand or you're already going to Thailand but you're wondering, what am I supposed to bring? What am I supposed to prepare? Well, this video is a comprehensive video to show you what you're supposed to bring to prepare and also what not to bring to Thailand. All of that in this little video over here. So we are in beautiful Koh Samui and it's been an incredible trip. We did 1,000 kilometers on my new BMW M2 competition. It was fantastic, right? So we tried to find a nice place to shoot, but we can't. So this is probably the best place because it's nice and quiet. So we're going to show you what to pack first. So they're all in the boot over here. All the items that I'll run through one by one, all right? So first things first, packing for your car is sort of having a little bit of things that would help you solve some problems if your car have problems. Touch wood, right? No wood over here, but I'll touch wood later on, right? Okay. And this is the bare minimum. Some cars will need a little bit more. Some cars maybe you need a little bit more spare parts and stuff. But at the minimum, you need to have at least these things, right? So first thing, you bring at least 1 liter of engine oil, which is suitable for your car. And why? It's because some cars do burn a bit of engine oil. You know, some of you guys drive turbo cars and stuff. You know they eat engine oil, right? And the last thing you want to do is to have your engine oil running low and then you start overheating the engine and all those nonsense will happen and blah blah blah. Not good stuff, right? And maybe there's a leak somewhere, anything. You just don't want to be caught without engine oil, right? So prepare at least 1 liter of engine oil. And if you're wondering what oil should I bring, you can ask your mechanic, or like me, I go to Liquid Moly's oil guides. You can just key in your car model, your car make, year, etc., and they'll recommend you which oils are actually approved for your car. So for this car over here, it's this one over here is Top Tech 42005W30, right? So that's for my BMW M2 competition, right? The next thing you want to bring is a bottle of distilled water. You're probably wondering why. This is not for drinking. This is for your radiator if it leaks, okay? So radiator is your cooling system, and again, you don't want your car to overheat. For some reason, maybe it's your radiator cap that's loose or something, you lose some coolant or radiator fluids, this one's going to help you fill up your tank, okay? So I like to have distilled water because there's nothing in it except water. And I like to have it in a bottle that's unopened, okay? Because you're not going to drink it. Keep it in the boot over here, right? So distilled water, second. Now, third thing that you want to bring are jumper cables, right? Again, these are all emergencies. You'll be happy to have them if your batteries are not working, right? Next, you want to have some what do you call this? Cable ties. Look, some things might fall out. We've seen exhaust falling out before. We've seen pipes, you know, breaking and stuff like that. So this is like an emergency, sort of holding it together until you get to workshop to fix your car, right? So this is super important over here. And of course, duct tape solves everything temporarily. Alright, so it's good to have some duct tape again. All this again for emergency. The other thing that I missed out that is essential are tire repair kits. Now, in my car over here, I do have the BMW standard tire re-inflator kit that's in my car, so that's alright. But for cars who don't have it, you can go online and shop for tire re-inflator kits. There are electronic ones, you can plug it in and into your valve, and there's battery operation and stuff. You'll be fine. Now, the other option which you can do, but I don't recommend, are those foam repair kits. The one that you plug in the foam to your car and you turn it on, you spray some foam into your tires, re-inflating them. I don't recommend that because when the foam gets into your tire barrel, the tire is considered gone, right? It's all sticky and stuff, and you can't really repair your tire based on what I know, okay? So that is, I think, the worst case scenario. It's good to still have them, because what if you can't re-inflate the tire? That's something to hold the tire till you get to a tire shop. So that's something to really consider when you're driving in Thailand. Okay, so we covered those things that are essential. And remember, those are the bare minimum. Again, some cars would require, you know, like a spare alternator if you don't trust your alternator. Or we've seen people who pack spark plugs, you know, coil plugs, you know, fuel pumps, clutch pumps and stuff. Those are more tailored to certain car makes, especially older cars. But for modern cars, this I think is the minimum, okay, minimum in case anything happens. Now let's move on to something that is a bit more optional, right? here we have some quick detailer from Expel, right? So you can use any quick detailer, but my favorite is Expel over here. What is this for? This is not to clean your car. This is for emergency cleanups. Let's say you park your car under some trees and you got bird poops on your car, and then those things are very acidic and they can just etch through your paint, right? Last thing you want to do is to use some, you know, wet tissue or tissue just to try to scoop it off, or, you know, rub it with your hands. You're going to scratch your car. But if you don't remove it, it's going to etch into your paint. So what do? Now, this is not the most ideal solution. The ideal solution is to wash your car. But, you know, you're not going to wash your car on the trip. You don't know where to wash your car and stuff like that. So that can be a little bit of a challenge. So what you want to do is to use some quick detailer, right? This quick detailer will give you a little bit of lubrication so you can move the thing off. You can scoop it off your paint. Remember, you're not going to do this to the whole car, right? This is only for spot cleaning, emergency cleaning. And with cleaning, do bring some microfiber towels as well. This is for your exterior and also for your interior. So of course that's to scoop up all the dirt that's harmful to your paint, but sometimes you get spills in your car because you're enjoying your nice Amazon coffee, or you're enjoying your favorite drink, and then, you know, you spill, right? So it's good to have some microfiber towel in your car when you need it, right? Now, one more optional thing would be octane boosters. So here I have my favorite liquid mollies, Octane Plus. Now this is an optional thing. It's only optional if you drive performance cars. So like the M2 competition, although its minimum run rating is 95, the recommended run rating is 97 or 98. So if your car runs on a higher octane rating, there's a chance that it knocks if you run on lower octane rating. Now there's a whole debate behind it. I'm not going to go into the minute details. Some cars can, you know, adjust its, you know, ECU and stuff for low octane rating. But the point is, I like to err always to the safe side and carry some octane booster with me. Okay. Now this is a little bit more detailed, but I'm going to spare you the full detail, but just give you a little bit information so you understand why you need to bring octane boosters. In Thailand, in petrol stations, we have gasohol 95 and 97. Now, although even it's 97, gasohol is a mixture of, I believe, 10% ethanol and 90% petrol. So you're not getting all petrol in there. You got some alcohol in your car, right? Again, I'm not going to go super detailed into this. The point is, it's not ideal. So there is a brand of petrol called PTT. We always pump there. They have benzene 95. So that's 95, but for performance cars, you need the additional 2 or 3 more run rating. There you go, Octane Plus. So always pack 4 or 3, you know, although I won't use all of them in case I need to travel a little bit more in Thailand. It's just good to have a little bit more in your car, right? So remember, if you're driving a performance car and if your fuel cap says that you need 97, I would highly recommend that you bring it. Even though it's not the minimum, it's recommended. It's just to make sure your car doesn't knock, okay? You want to err to the side of safety, especially in a long distance drive, right? So as you can see, we are in my studio because I forgot this very important part and I still want to deliver it to you. So here am I shamelessly putting this into this video, all right? So I talked about what to bring to Thailand. Let's talk about what not to bring to Thailand, because this concerns the law and it can really disrupt your trip if you have this in your car, right? So the first thing you shouldn't bring are walkie-talkies. Those things are illegal and considered an offense to bring it to Thailand. So if you need communication, don't use walkie-talkie. Instead, use an app called Zello, right? Number 2, do not bring your drones, right? They're illegal. Well, you can still bring it, but you have to register it. You know, there's a lot of documents you have to go through to get approvals and stuff like that. You know, it's just a little bit more tedious, okay? But don't attempt to smuggle it in, because you might face up to 100,000 baht fine if you're caught using drones in Thailand illegally, okay? So either you do it properly or just don't do it all for drones, okay? Number 3, now this is a surprise for me and something very important, and you got to check this also with your passengers, because this can be a huge offense, okay? No, it's not drugs, okay? Apparently, vapes and e-cigarettes are considered illegal in Thailand, right? And if you're found with possessing any of the vapes or e-cigarettes, you can face up to 10 years of jail time, okay? So my friends, if you smoke, or if you know your passengers smoke, or even if you don't know they smoke, just ask them and make sure you don't have it in your car, right? Because these are serious stuff over here, right? So those are the things that I know you shouldn't be bringing. There may be other things, but these are the things that perhaps, you know, could be something that we don't think about, and you know, it might be, well, I thought it's legal in Malaysia, it should be legal in Thailand. Well, not every country is the same. Okay, so with that, let's get back to Koh Samui and continue this video. Okay, so we've gotten all those things for your car out of the way. Let's talk about you and your passenger and those documents that you need to get across the border. Alright, these are very important because if you don't have this, you can just kiss your vacation goodbye, because you get to the border and then you just turn back around. No one wants that, right? Okay, so first of all, your passport. You gotta get your passport. Don't be an idiot like me. I packed everything for my car and all the documents, and I forgot my passport. When I reach R&R at Rawang, I have to turn around to get my passport, right? Don't do that, okay? Get your passport, but also check your expiry date. It needs to have at least 6 months of validity. If not, you're not able to cross the border. And this is for the driver and your passengers. Drivers, please check your passengers. I know it's not your responsibility to make sure their passports are valid, but you are in the same car, right? So check the passports, and there's no harm asking your passengers to check your passport and check everybody's passport as well, right? So please do that, all right? This is super important, okay? The other thing that you want to do is to prepare your car to cross the borders and declare at customs. Yes, because your car is a valuable item you have to declare to get across the borders, right? So what do you need? You need your reg card, okay? Now, please bring your original reg card, right? However, if you don't have the original reg card, you can get a photocopy, but get an authorized body to certify it. Now, I'm not sure which authorized body is supposed to certify it. I think JPJ or something like that. But I would say, you know, to make it more easy and to err to the safe side, get the original reg card and bring it along with you. Now, for cars that are not owned by the driver, okay, you need an authorization letter from the owner of the car to the driver, okay, and it's photocopy IC. And I would recommend make sure that you get it stamped, you know, by certified true copy and stuff like that. I'm not sure if you need it, but this is just something on top of my head. I would recommend that. Always be safe, right? Now, if the car is owned by a company, even though if you own the company and you're driving the car, what the Thai government sees is that this car doesn't belong to you, it belongs to your company. So what you want to do is make sure you get all the forms, you know, SSM or form something, you know, basically all the registration forms for your company. And then you need an authorization letter from the company authorizing you, the driver, to use this car, right? We've seen this in Evo Enduro. Their company cars got stuck just because the signatures are different and stuff like this. So make sure you double check even the signatures. Okay, get all these things done properly, or risk having yourself stuck at the border or being turned around at the border. Now, the third thing that you need is a Thai insurance. Now, I'm not talking about your car insurance and stuff like that. What you want to do is that you want to get a specific insurance that allows you to cover your car in Thailand. Okay, and don't worry, you can actually get it on the way to Thailand at Changlun. There are lots of insurance sellers and stuff like that. Just walk into any one of them, your reg card, and your IC and stuff like that, and then get yourself an insurance. Okay, so when you get that, then you go to the border, right? So I'm going to give you a sequence on what's going to happen when you cross the border, right? First, when you get to Changlun, okay, I recommend you pump petrol, because it's the last time you can pump RON 97 and at a very good price. Okay, get your insurance done. Okay, get your white card done as well. That's your basically arrival card, right? Done over there. Then you proceed to the border, which if you're going through Changlun, you will see Bukit Kayu Hitam, and then at the borders there, you submit all your documents. You submit the reg card. Okay, you bring along your Thai insurance that you just gotten earlier. Okay, and then if you have other documents that to register your company, blah blah blah, you know, you take it over there, your passports, you get past the border, and then that's it, right? So it's actually quite simple. We've seen people forgetting small documents, small details, and then it, this ruins the whole holiday, right? So don't do that, okay? Now, the other things that are optional for your car documents are a few. First and foremost, you want to bring your insurance policy car. Now, the other thing that's an option you can do as well is to get a temporary insurance for your car entering Thailand. Okay, so this is to actually protect your car. Okay, this is not mandatory like the one we say at the border. This is something that you buy additionally, right? So if you want extra coverage in case something happens to your car, accident, blah blah blah, you can buy a temporary insurance over here, right? All you got to do is call up your insurance agent or call the company and say, hey, I would like to get an extension to Thailand, right? Extension insurance to Thailand, give them the dates, and they'll give you the code, you pay for it, and that's it. Print it out, just in case you need it. Right? You don't need this again for the tire border. You only need this as an extra coverage. I highly recommend those of you guys who have performance cars or cars that you love, get an insurance policy. Okay, and another option, because of what we know as COVID today, is to bring your vaccination slip. Okay, why? Because most hotels require you to have vaccination, and sometimes you don't have internet, right? So it's good to have it. Okay, so those are the things that you have to prepare on the documentation side for you to cross the border. Whew, it's getting hot in here, so let's wrap this video up quickly with the last segment so I can go and enjoy some nice coconut juice. Okay, so talk about your car, no longer about what to pack, not talking about documents, talking about your car, your vehicle. Okay, so first things first, do this at least 2 weeks or 3 weeks before your travel. Okay, send your car to the mechanic and let your mechanic know, hey, I'm going on a long distance journey, I'm going to Thailand, can you please check my car to make sure my car is okay for the journey? Brake pads, brake discs, you know, brake fluids, no coolant, everything. I mean, as much as you can, alternator, belts and stuff like that. The last thing you want is to have something break down. Okay, so make sure a mechanic checks all those things. It may cost you something. Pay for it, pay for the peace of mind. Okay, all right, you're really saving so much money from not taking the flights and paying airport taxes and stuff. You know, take care of your car. The car is supposed to take care of you. All right, so make sure your car is ready for a long distance journey. And why 2-3 weeks before? Because it gives your mechanic ample time to source parts in case one of your parts are not, you know, in good health. For example, maybe your belt is a little bit ripped, you know, you don't want that to snap in your journey, right? Or maybe your aircon is not cold, your compressors, you know, gone, or maybe your alternator is not healthy, right? Something, or fuel pump or something. So make sure you go through all those things, okay? And I highly recommend that you get a fresh oil service before you get across the border, especially when you're nearing your oil service. Okay, and again, if you're looking for a great oil for your car, you can check out Liquid Moly's oil guide and key in your car model and stuff. It'll tell you exactly what oil is approved for your car. Okay, talking about the car already, we'll talk about something that's also very, very important. So I'm going to zoom into the tires. Right, so I would highly recommend that you get your tires checked. Okay, not only for the treads but also for the health of the tire. Right, last thing you want is your tire to burst in the middle of the highway or middle of nowhere. That's dangerous. Okay, you're so out of control and stuff. I don't think I have to explain what will happen, right? But sometimes you have cracks on the outside and the inside of the tires. You want to make sure the sidewalls are healthy. The everywhere is all healthy. You know, no flat spots and stuff like that. Those are not so important, but the general safety of your tire, right? Make sure you get that checked out. Okay, because sometimes you can't see what's inside there. Speaking of tires, talk about the rims. Okay. Please also get your rims checked, because sometimes you may have crack on your rims. There's also an inner barrel, not on the exterior, and if those things snap, that's it, right? It's a lot of danger. Okay, and of course it kind of ruins your whole journey, right? So get your rims checked and fix them if you need to. Okay, last but not least, simple things like balancing, alignment. So of course, if the car is not well aligned, you know, you might have you know, it might twist a little bit on the highway, it's not comfortable, and might vibrate a little bit more on the highway. So get all that sorted out, because you do a lot of miles in Thailand. So I hope you find this list or this video helpful. If you did, please help me smash the like button. I will highly appreciate it. All right, and let me know in the comments below if I missed out anything. All right, this is everything that's on top of my head, but I believe it covers majority. It's not all the essentials, but if I do miss out anything, let me know in the comments below. I will highly appreciate it. And if it also helped you get to Thailand, let me know as well. So I know I help more people experience driving your car to Thailand. All right, so that's it for this video. Before I end, I want to give a big shout out to Liquid Moly, because your products are amazing. Guys, if you're looking for oils, additives, Octane Plus, they have a whole bunch of products. I'll put a link in the description below for you to check out all their products in Liquid Moly. All right, and also a big shout out to Expel as well. Thank you so much for protecting my car and PPF my car, so I have the confidence to drive it through all the sand chips, stone chips and stuff, knowing that my car is well protected when I drive to Thailand, right? So thank you so much, everybody. Love you guys, and Khop Khun Kap, right? And please enjoy Thailand.